Hi, my name is Aysha Campbell, and I'm currently a master's student at York University. And today I'll be reading from A Map to the Door of No Return from the bottom of page 67 to the top of page 70. 7. Some of us want entry into the home and nation that are signified by these romances. Some of us in the diaspora long so for nations, some continuous thread of biological or communal association, some bloodline or legacy which will cement our rights in the place we live. The problem, of course, is that even if those existed, and they certainly do, even if it is in the human contraband which we represent in the romance, they do not guarantee nation for blacks in the diaspora. A piece in the Globe and Mail, Friday, November 28, 1998, gives us a sense of this. Thousands of black slaves fought for the British in the American Revolution on the promise they would get their freedom and land after the war. But after the British lost and thousands of loyalists fled to Nova Scotia from New England states, the 3,500 blacks among them had two fears: that they would be sent back to their masters under the Mutual Slave Act, and that they would starve waiting to get land. Starve they did, or were driven out of towns to barren and desolate reaches. Some left to resettle in Sierra Leone, the British loyalists transmuted into the Canadian nation. The black loyalists found themselves immutable. It is, of course, tempting to try to enter this nation of Canada. It is even more tempting to see that desire as a rightful thing. Fugitives from slavery, black loyalists, sleeping car porters, immigrant workers. From the earliest black presence to the present, it would be easy, given the terms of entry for white settlers and immigrants, to presume that these same terms can be legitimately used to cement such a right. The right to nation. What we have to ask ourselves is, as everyone else in the nation should ask them also, nation predicated on what? 8. I'm driving toward Eglinton Avenue, about to leave the city, going toward the Ellen Expressway. I take Oakwood, stop at the Petro-Canada to fill up before taking the highway. It is winter. I always fill up here on my way up north. The same man, in his 30s, dark hair, Italian, comes out of the office. I pop the gas lid, lower the window. It is redundantly cold. Old snow is piled up anywhere there's space. It is rusty and muddy and oily. It is so old, some of it is stone. The man is wearing a red down vest. He pats his body, removes one glove to lift the gas nozzle. I ask him, not wanting to know, but just wanting to be courteous. How are you doing? Cold day? He shapes his face to emit a sigh of resignation and says, "This is not a country to live in. It is a country to make money, but not a country to live." Can I tell him otherwise? We both shrug in acknowledgement of the deep truth he just articulated, and the lie just beside it. I pay him and head for the highway. 9. Too much has been made of origins, and so if I reject this notion of origins, I have also to reject its mirror, which is the sense of origins used by the powerless to contest power in this society. The overstrong arguments about culture, which are made both by defenders of what is Canadian as well as defenders of what is labeled immigrant. These are mirror slash image, image slash mirror of each other, and are invariably conservative, because they must draw very definitive borders, both to contain their constituencies as well as, in the case of the powerful, to aggressively exclude the other, and in the case of the powerless, to weakly do the same while waving a white flag to the powerful for inclusion. Each of these arguments select and calcify origins. Out of a multiplicity of stories, they cobble together a narrative glossing over accident, opportunism, necessity, and misdirection. They uplift aggression and carnage into courage. They exaggerating cunning into pride. In opposition to the calcified Canadian nation nation narrative, we recalcified hyphenated narratives without exception from all other groups in the nation which stand outside of that narrative.